Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Today is Sunday, the 13th of February. Yeah, this video is after my banana harvesting. So today guys, we will talk about how did we meet. Someone asked me in my community post, Lee Lifestyle Vlog commented there and asked how did we meet, how Johnny and I met, guys. So I will start in my side.
Oh, okay.
I will start in my side, Johnny boy.
Oh, forgive the sunglasses, but it's very glary sitting here, so...
Yeah, look at Johnny, guys. Look like Mr. Cool. Yeah, it's so glary. That's why I wear mine too. So, let's start, Johnny boy.
Start at the start.
Yeah. So guys, in my college time, I joined the Date in Asia with Arnie. Shout out to Arnie Boko. So, and I leave my phone number there, guys, because I cannot afford to keep going to an internet cafe. So I just leave my number there because I don't change numbers. And then someone contacted me. It's Johnny's friend. So talk about.
Well, maybe a little bit of background first of all as to how I ended up doing that.
Yes.
My first wife, Jill, died in '98 from lung cancer. So for the next 11 or 12 years, I was in limbo. I didn't have a girlfriend. I wasn't looking for a girlfriend. But in 2009, I did a trip back to Vietnam, and I met a girl. And I'd go over there every 3 months because with my job driving a school bus, every 10 weeks I would get 2 weeks off. So I would go over at the end of each school term and spend time with this girl. Anyway, after about 9 months we became engaged, and things were going along nicely until they weren't. So we don't need to go into detail, but the whole thing didn't work out. Did not work at all. So I was pretty upset about the loss of that girl. So then I had a friend, Rodolfo is his name. He would work in Australia for 6 months during the cane season, and then he would fly back to the Philippines. My sister calls it Philippines. He would fly back to the Philippines and spend 5 or 6 months there in the off season, but he would make a lot of money here in the cane season, and that would see him through. So talking to him one time before he went back, he knew my situation, that things hadn't worked out with the girl in Vietnam. So he said, why don't you come to the Philippines? He said the girls talk English. He'd had experience with a Vietnam girl at one time in his career. He said the girls are more trustworthy and they're nicer girls all round.
You sure?
So I thought, well, okay. He was wrong.
All right.
So I did. But before I went over at the end of a school term, I asked him, look, could you act as my forward scout and see if you could round up any possibilities before I get there, because I'm on limited time, 2 weeks there, and have to come back to work. And I didn't have a computer. So
Johnny doesn't know to use internet before.
Well, I didn't have a computer anyway, so and he did. He had a laptop, and he was very, very very good with the computer. So he said, well, first of all, he said, you've got to meet a girl from the provinces. He was living in Dumaguete City, and lots of girls, 3 girls there, but he said, you really need a girl from the provinces. So he did some scouting, and he came up with 2 possibilities, 2 girls,
Not only
in Sigihor, which is an island about 50 minutes away by boat. And so he contacted these 2 girls. Marianne was one of them, and he went across by boat and bought a barbecued chook and went to the first girl's house. Her name was Rochelle, and met her family and met her, and then he had the second barbecue chook, and he went off to Marianne's place and met her and her family. And so then he came back to Dumaguete City and reported to me his findings. So on my next school break, I flew to the Philippines and went to Siggihor.
You met Rochelle first?
Met the first girl, Rochelle, first, and yeah, she was very nice. Wasn't quite what I was looking for, but anyway.
You're very choosy.
On my next trip back, I went to Siggihor again and met up with Marianne.
Yeah, that was last April 2012, guys.
Yeah, I met up with Marianne.
Yeah.
And I really, really liked her. I still don't know what I said.
Are you sure?
So I really, really liked her. And so for the next 9 or 10 months, I would go every 3 months or 10 weeks and spend time with her and her family. And one day her dad said to me, "Are you going to marry my daughter?" Which sort of shocked me. He said it in front of the whole family, but I think Marianne was around the corner somewhere. Not shocked me, but I was a bit taken aback. But I had every intention of doing just that. And I said, look, Marianne's coming to Australia in the next couple of months, because I think we had or were about to apply for a tourist visa. I said, I'm going to ask her to marry me when she's in Australia, which I did. I took her up to Port Douglas and we spent, I think, a night or a couple of nights there, and that was when I proposed.
Yeah.
And she said yes.
I did not.
And so...
so darling, we started communicating November 2011.
Yeah.
And then we met on April 2012.
And then I brought you to Australia on a tourist visa. In October, November.
Yeah, October 2012 is my first visit in Australia.
And I took you to Sydney to meet my family.
Yeah, for 3 months, guys. Then after 3 months, I went back home because I need to graduate in my college.
Yeah, she was still at college.
2013, I graduated. Then after my graduation, we applied for fiancé visa.
Yeah, we applied for a fiancé visa.
Yes.
Which was approved, I think. You arrived in Australia on October the 30th.
Yeah.
Which is quite ironic because that was the date that my first wife had died some 12 or so years earlier, October the 30th. That was ironic. However, that's the way things worked out.
Yeah, and that visa, the fiancé visa was approved on the 1st of October, and is that the birthday of Jill?
Yes.
Yeah. So the visa was approved October 2013, the 1st of October 2013.
Which was my first wife's birthday.
Yeah, and then...
You arrived in Australia on the date of her death.
Yeah, then October.
And obviously none of that was planned.
I arrived here on the date she died, and my visa approved the date she was born.
You know, a few days before Jill died, I think it was a week before, she said, when I'm gone, I want you to meet someone else. I want you to meet someone else and get married. So, wow, look at that. Marianne arrives in Australia on the date of her death, and the visa was approved on Jill's birthday.
Yeah.
That
visa was approved after 5 months, guys. But before that, Johnny want me to come to Australia.
Sure.
So we applied for another tourist visa, but they call us that they will just cancel the other visa to approve the fiancé visa.
It was taking so long.
Yeah.
You know, the first visa, tourist visa, was approved within a matter of days.
A week. My first tourist visa was.
And then
only
the second,
1 week.
the fiancé visa went on for, as you said, 5 months.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, we might as well get you to come
For
do a trip back over on a tourist visa. And obviously the two must have clanged in their office.
Yeah.
And they rang us. We're walking around Manila this particular day and said, look, we'll cancel the tourist visa, the second one, and we'll grant the fiancé visa.
Yeah.
Well, we had no argument with that. But the bastards didn't give me a refund.
Johnny.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. Anyway.
So that's our love story, guys.
Oh, but then we were married.
Yeah.
We were married
So,
probably, I think, 15 or 16 months after our engagement.
Yeah, no, we're engaged in the
November
11. I'm very good in dates, guys. Johnny doesn't.
14 months.
Johnny is not good with dates.
And then we got married 2014 in January 18.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Johnny. Remember.
Done my homework.
So guys, after we so we started communicating 2011, then we got engaged in November 2012, so it's a year. And then we got married in
Yes, 14 months after
2014. Yeah. So
yeah.
we really know each other for 2 years before we got married, guys. So it's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best thing that ever happened to me was the failure of the relationship with the Vietnamese girl. She did me a favour, and yeah, I got the best girl.
I got the booby prize. Yeah. So that's how we met. It's from Johnny's friend.
Yeah, my friend Rodolfo. He
Yeah.
was my forward scout.
Yeah,
He was the one that did the work finding the girls. I mean, there were two girls, Rochelle and Marianne.
Yeah.
You know, we've cut a little bit of the story out. There were a couple of other ones along the way.
Lots of options, guys.
There were a couple more along the way, but no.
Let's not go there.
We don't have to go into that. Marianne knows.
Yeah,
most of it.
I know all the story.
The main bits, the best bits, we've told you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, the reason why I joined in the Date in Asia is I always dream to have a half baby. Half cooked baby, long nose, blue eyes, and white skin. I know lots of girls dream about that too. That's why I joined a Date in Asia to get married a foreigner. We're working about the baby, guys.
Working on it.
We're working on it. So, yeah. And when Johnny's friend texted me, at first I thought he was a Filipino because he said, "Oh, I have a friend looking for a girlfriend."
Girlfriend,
or
yeah.
something like that. I said, "Are you a Filipino?" He said, "No," because I'm confused why he's in Dumaguete and he has a friend looking for a girlfriend.
Did he explain to you that I was working and couldn't come over? I suppose he did.
I'm not.
Couldn't come over straight away.
I'm not sure. But when we're communicating, when we are communicating, we're just texting, guys. At first, my message goes to his friend, and then his friend
Well, I'll send it, I think.
will send it to him because it's too expensive for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Johnny came to the Philippines, he bought a roaming SIM, and that's why we communicate
Directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, roaming SIM.
Roaming SIM. Yeah, we're just textmate, guys. Textmate.
Well, now, of course, I'm a little bit more conversant with, well, not so much computer, with the internet on
Yes.
on my phone. We would have been able, had all this happened back then, we would have been okay. Yeah.
Would be easier.
Yeah. I'll be good for the next one.
Johnny will be good for the next search for wife, guys.
I tease her all the time.
So Johnny,
What?
is too big age gap relationship work?
Well, there's 40 years between the two of us.
Yes, 40 years age gap, guys.
And I think I can speak for Mary Ann when I say we get on great. We don't argue. We don't have fights.
No, I don't
We
fight.
don't fight or argue. We might think differently on things and we'll talk about it. But as is her culture, Marianne always finally gives and says, well, we'll do it your way. Not that we don't sort of come to that point.
If we have a little misunderstanding, guys, Johnny is the one go tampo. Johnny go tampo.
Yeah, what from that? But once a year?
Maybe once.
Once.
Yes.
But anyway, we get on great. The 40 years age difference, it
doesn't
nothing.
matter. It doesn't matter if you
We used to get
love each other.
We used to get a lot of stares in Australia, which I tended to notice more a few years back. You know, you'd see older dudes, probably my age, looking at us, look at Marianne, look at me. Then the older ladies would look, and you'd be aware of it. But now I don't take any notice. It doesn't. They probably look, and I just oblivious to it all.
Yeah. We're used to it now, guys.
I'll never forget the time though in Townsville a couple of years ago. We were travelling down to Mackay to have my sports car serviced, and we'd stopped at the lights.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy, probably in his 45, 50, walked across in the pedestrian crossing, and he sort of looked at the car, and he looked at Marianne and me. As he was walking, he sort of slowly looked, and he just shook his head like this.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's wrong with this dude? Probably thought, who's this silly old bugger with this young chick in a sports car? Silly old bastard, he probably thought. Well, I don't care what he thought.
Darling, don't.
But that was quite pointed, that one.
Don't swear in.
Bastard's not swearing.
Is it? Yeah.
There was another
used to the
incident. What was
stairs.
that was that one. Because there was another one too somewhere along the line.
That's in Meriwini.
What was
Servo.
that? Oh,
That's
that
a
one.
bad word. It's a bad word, guys. We cannot mention the
Yeah.
the word.
He was aggressive.
Yeah.
I'd pulled into Meriwini Servo. I was putting air in one of the tyres, and we were in the sports car.
Yeah.
And this young guy, probably early 20s, was over at the Bowser, probably about 20 metres away. And to be honest with you, he was driving a heap of shit, wasn't he? Well, it was all filthy and dirty and knocked around looking car. And he got in his car, and as he drove off slowly, put his window down, and he sung out some expletives at Marianne and me, probably at me.
Very bad word.
We won't repeat what he says.
Yeah.
But
that's only 2 occasions that.
it's only 2. Well, that's the first time there's been any aggression.
Yeah.
But anyway, as far as I was concerned, he was jealous. He was either jealous of this old dude, with this young chick, or he was jealous of us with beautiful sports car. Didn't matter. He was the one that had the problem.
So guys,
It's only twice that we can really comment that's happened since we've been married or been together.
Yeah.
But it doesn't worry us. We're happy. It's all that matters.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter, guys. If you love each other, it doesn't matter. If you're happy. If you're happy to each other.
Yeah.
But if you're not, so don't force yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's how we met.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
story.
That's the story.
That's the story of. That's the glory of love. That's the song. They know. You don't know it.
Oh, I have another question in here. Someone asked why we choose in Mareeba. We just have a simple question, just to change the weather. Change weather, because where we live is always raining before.
And so humid.
Yeah, and humid. And in here is opposite.
Is the opposite, and we had marsh flies every summer, spring and summer. The marsh flies, big black flies that would sting. Some people call them horse flies, and they land on you and they try to suck the blood, but they sting. They really hurt.
Yeah.
They would drive us nuts.
We cannot stay outside the house in that place.
In spring and summer.
Yeah.
No.
In here is very opposite.
You know, just washing the car and me washing the bus, these March flies, I had to wear long pants and long sleeves to keep them off me. And after being there for what, 24 years, from 96 to 2019, or we moved up in 24 years, I'd had enough of them. And but we wanted a change of weather. We get 300 sunny days a year here in Mareeba. A little bit cooler in winter, a little bit hotter in summer, but we don't get the humidity, and we like it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got lots of trees in the garden and lots of privacy from neighbours.
We don't see our neighbours, guys.
Yeah, so it's good. We like it here.
Yeah.
Nice house. Happy with the house.
Yeah. Before we move here, guys, we've been looking for a house. We did not just buy a house. We look for a house that we like. And a place that we like.
Yeah.
I think it took 2 years of looking the house.
We were planning. Yeah.
Yeah. We looked for a house for 2 years before we.
It was a three-pronged process.
What?
Moving here. One, I had to sell the school bus run.
Yeah.
Right, and that took just over 12 months to sell.
Yeah.
Then I continued on driving or working for the new owner. He wanted me to. I was happy to. During that process of working for him and driving for him, having sold the bus run, we spent about 3 months doing up the house down there.
Yeah.
Tiling the kitchen splashback. Mary Ann did a lot of painting, external painting, in interior as well, the bench tops.
Yeah.
So we spent about 3 months doing up the place, then put it on the market. Well, it took about, I think, 13 months to sell.
But we did not put it on the market. We already bought
We
this
bought
house.
this house.
And put the other one in the market.
Yeah, so that was the thing. Sell the bus run, find a house that we liked, and buy
it,
and then sell the other one.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be in the position of having sold that house and think, God, we've got 30 days now, we've got to find a place to either buy and get out of here or a place to rent. Because it was a 30-day contract the purchaser wanted, which was, it was okay, but we had a house to go to. But I didn't want to be in that rut. I think, oh my God, where are we going? We're going to have to rent a place, put all our gear, which would mean 2 moves into a rental and then eventually here. So it was a three-pronged process getting here.
Yeah, we have this house for a year before we move in because we wait for the other house
to sell.
So we just come here back and forth every weekend.
Yeah. It was maintaining 2 properties for 12 months.
Yeah.
But we did it. We had to do it. We did it.
Yeah, it's like we have a weekend place before. Every weekend we come here.
Yeah, this was like a weekender.
Yeah.
We'd come up here and we'd mow.
Yeah. Johnny mow. And last question, someone asked, Bumbimbansho asked that how many miles Johnny walk with me? How many miles you walk with me?
Miles.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's miles. Guys, I don't walk with Johnny. And Johnny only walk in here, around the property.
Oh,
we don't really walk. We don't really walk, exercise walk, long walk. No, I don't walk.
No, we don't exercise walk on the road. When I do, I just go around and around the property.
How many times, Johnny?
Well, I used to do 20 minutes and probably be 24 times around the property.
Yeah.
2 reasons for not walking out on the road, unless you go really early in the morning, is you're in the sun, or very late in the afternoon. And I'm not terribly social. I don't want to be stopping and talking to all the road runners, talking, oh, hello, how are you? Where do you live? No, I get into it, get it done. Hello, good morning. Okay. So many people want to stop and have a little chat. I'm not into chats, I'm into doing.
I'm planning to buy a bicycle here. No one can chat me when I drive in there, guys. Just drive the bicycle, but not at the moment. We have other plans at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it, I think. I hope we answered the question.
Hope so.
Yeah. Clear out all the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you like this video.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. God bless. Thank you.
See ya.